Hi, everyone. It's Cindy Walter, and I have the beautiful Sarah Richter from corporate here today to ask her some questions about cleansing. I just want to introduce you to Sarah. She's been with Isagenix since 2011 on the research and science team in R&D. Her title is Product Education Supervisor, and she plays a key role in creating articles for isagenixhealth.net, which you guys are all familiar with, as well as other product education initiatives. You can also find her at Isagenix events. We just saw her at both ISAU in Newark and then again last weekend in Chicago, presenting on product education and the science behind Isagenix and answering all kinds of product-related questions. Also, she is a regular at the nutritionist booth where you can go and ask her questions. And we did have team members that asked her questions too. Sarah holds a Bachelor of Science in Nutrition Communication and is about to finish her Master's in Science in Nutrition Education. Oh, and you just moved on me. Now you're indoors.
I did. I think my connection was going bad out there, so I have to move inside.
Okay, great. Well, welcome, and thank you so much for getting on with us today.
My pleasure. Happy to be here.
Okay, so the main reason I asked Sarah to be with us today, you guys, is because in Chicago, when she spoke, she talked about our new gluten-free whey thins and that they could be eaten on a cleanse day. And I must say, several of our team members have messaged me. There's been a lot of questions and concern around this. So I thought, what better way to answer all of your questions by asking the expert herself. So Sarah, would you just share with us, I'm going to kind of explain, when I got started 4 years ago, I was told that I'm on day 2 today. I was told that the ISA snacks were absolutely critical to the program. I was told they helped with the blood sugar level, so I wouldn't be dipping and plummeting all over the place. The ISA Delights were optional, and I could have a few of those. I heard the doctor say on stage we could have up to 6 if we absolutely had to, and I've done that 1 or 2 times before, but that's really it. I heard if you ate a quarter of an apple, it would start digestion, and we really should stick away from the raw almonds, just stick with the Isagenix snacks. And so over the course of the years, I know things have changed. So that's what I want you to address today. How have things changed? And, what is the reasoning behind the whole whey thins?
Yeah, and I mean, absolutely understood that people are going to wonder this and ask great questions. And I mean, if we think about, the system as it was designed by John Anderson is great, perfect as is, right? And that's why we have those original guidelines. Absolutely, if that's the way you like it, stick with it, because that is, you're right. The way that the snacks are meant to be used is that on cleanse days, when you're having those moments of hunger and low blood sugar, you have a couple of those, and that helps maintain. And they're great for that. They're genius. However, we do know there are some other things that you can have. I mean, that's the reason why we do allow for those people who have blood sugar issues and they might need a little bit more, they can have apple slices throughout the day. So we do know there are a few other things that you can have, but those snack wafers are just perfectly designed as is. So now we come out with whey thins, and we wondered when we first launched, we were in conversation with John Anderson when we launched the whey thins, and we decided at that point to hold off on that just to keep it as is. But now a few years have gone by, we just made them gluten-free, so now they're even more able to be consumed by more people. So we just keep on getting this question, and scientifically, there's really no reason why the whey thins can't be used. Now, the caveat there is that in place of the snacks, use them like you would the snacks. So by only having 1 to 3 at a time, I mean, when you dump out a bag of whey thins, there's about 18, give or take, chips in a bag, 100 calories per bag. So, if we're considering a snack wafer, in one wafer there's 15 calories. So about 5 calories in each whey thin chip. So about 3 of the whey thins would be 1 snack. So in that regard, they're still going to be able to help maintain blood sugar, very similar to the snacks would. So I guess, as we come out with more products and when we can, assess it and decide, okay, is this something that's going to be similar, work in a similar way as the Isagenix snacks would? Is it okay? And so that's really what we were questioning. And we did, in true Isagenix R&D fashion, we did do a study to make sure we're not just going to, suggest something without kind of trying to back it up first. So we did an in-house pilot study. We had people on a 9-day system. They used the snacks, and then they also used the whey thins. And we made sure the results showed that there was no hindering of weight loss. People still had great results. Some people really liked the option of having something other than the sweet or the wafers or the snacks on a cleanse day. So really that's what led us to say, okay, these are going to be okay on cleanse days. And, and that's where we are now.
So you just answered several of my questions there. So that was brilliant and awesome. Okay, so they will be a great alternative for those. We do have some people that just don't enjoy the snacks. I don't mind them at all. I have a bottle of all 3 flavors here at all times. I'm a huge Susan Sly fan, and I know she like eats these berry ones like candy.
I do too.
Yeah, and so this option is an option really for people who don't like the taste of them. They have another option. And if it's not going to hinder weight loss, it's not like it's even, I was going to ask you, is it like good, better, best? That best would be to stick with the original program and this might be good, or this might be,
Yeah, well, I think that's probably going to depend on the individual. I would absolutely start your new cleansers, start them with the snacks or the guidelines as is. I know we will be updating the system guides to probably include whey thins as an option. But for now, I would stick them to the original. Have them try the snacks. And because that's the thing, like especially those berry snack wafers. I mean, those are good. Yeah. So, so are the chocolate. I'm not a huge fan of the vanilla, but any of them, they let them try the snacks so they can realize themselves whether or not that's for them. Sure. But for those people who they might not like it, or once somebody becomes a, seasoned cleanser, if you will, it is like a skill. You get better at it the more you do it. And, sometimes it's just, you want to switch it up, right? Maybe, I still do. I'll do cleanse days where I do the snacks, and then I'll have cleanse days where I use the whey thins just to switch it up, keep it different. So it really, remember the main goal of a cleanse day is to consume as little as you can, but within, you're going to have your cleanse for life. You're going to have these snacks throughout, but they're going to be very low calorie, but still the goal is as little as possible. So that's the main goal, really.
Okay, that was my next question was, I think on stage you said 200 calories or less, and that's not including the cleanse for life, that's just including the snacks and isodelites or whey thins.
Yeah, and and we kind of hesitate to put out a concrete number because we do know that everybody's different. And you have to allow for those people who do have blood sugar issues and they might need more on a cleanse day, or also I know I find new cleansers usually might need a little bit more, right? Because it's tough for them. So they might need a little bit more calories. Or you might have a cleanse day where it's just, you start out with the best intentions and you're going to do things as is, but you do find it's just really tough. So you might need a little bit more. So there is flexibility in your total calories. If you go to the guide now today as it is, up to 6 snack wafers, 2 isodelites, a serving of Ionic Supreme, that puts you at about 230 calories or so. So give or take. So if that's the cleanse day that works for you and you're going to go with that, then that's what you're going to go with. But again, it is hard to put an exact number on the calorie intake outside of the cleanse for life because sometimes we do need more. So, I would say don't go above 500, but there can be some stretchability in there.
So the bottom line is just to keep it as low as possible.
Right.
Okay, so what about the question of if you eat something, it's going to start digestion? Is there anything to that? Because that was what I kind of learned in the beginning, which is, of course, I told everyone. And
oh, of course, I know. And, and that's the thing. We have, and here's the thing, science always evolves. So even if we had a theory or a way of explaining something back in the day, fast forward to today, we might have a better way of explaining it, or we know more. And if you think about it, anything we put in our bodies, technically it has to be digested, right? So the snack wafers, isodelites, those are going to be digested. So in that regard, we can't scientifically get picky and say, oh, that little food is going to start digestion, but that one's not. It all is. But really, again, it's just try to consume as little as possible because the overall, benefit is that you're giving your digestive system a break from what it's normally doing, which if you think about for a lot of people, they're putting their digestive system through a lot because of all that they're eating and putting in their body. So, any way you look at it, it's a huge break from normal digestion.
Okay, so you still recommend for brand new cleansers, let's start them off the traditional way with 5 snacks, 2 Isodelites, and their ionics. And then, I recommend this maybe as an alternative for people who are struggling or maybe in maintenance mode and cleansing, down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we were to, so let's break down. Okay, let's say we're going to do a Whey Thin cleanse day. So if we're sticking to what I would recommend, okay, if you have your seasoned cleansers and they're like, where do I begin? This is what I would do. Go to your favorite cleanse day, guidelines, whether you use the guidelines that come with the 30-day system, whether you use, I know there's a great guideline or the one that is like every hour you're having something. That's a great schedule. So go to that. Figure out how many calories you're consuming outside of the Cleanse for Life. You don't need to count Cleanse for Life. That's automatic no matter what. So figure out how many calories you're consuming. Then it's really just a matter of plugging and substituting, right? So if I'm doing if I figure out I'm doing 250 calories in my little cleanse day snacks, or I call them tools, then technically I'm going to use Whey Thins. I could use 2 bags of Whey Thins because each bag has 100 calories. I'm not going to have a bag at a time. I'm going to dump them out, put them in a bowl, whatever. And then throughout the day, I'll use them very much like the snacks, right? When I have those moments of hunger pangs, I'll have a few. Remember that 3, there's about 5 calories per chip. So you could have 3. That would be equivalent to 1 snack wafer. Okay. And then use it throughout the day. And then also, if I'm doing 250 calories, 2 bags of Whey Thins is 200 calories. I could even have an Isodelaine on top of that, right? Or you could even do 1 bag of Whey Thins, 100 calories. Then you could do some snacks and Isodelaine. So, really, you can still be very flexible and really mix it up. But it's a matter of, plugging and chugging.
Right. And I think one thing that we always love about our program is it is flexible. It adapts to people's busy lifestyles. Everyone's so different, coming from different backgrounds and different likes and dislikes. So I am actually excited about this. I am not one of those people that are, oh no, we can't change things. I was, we were told in the beginning we couldn't have coffee. So, and I'm a huge coffee drinker. So when coffee came into the line, I was so excited about that. So I think we just need to educate people that things will change again. This was a big shakeup, but there'll probably be more of this down the road, correct?
Right. And then, you're absolutely right. You have to keep an open mind to the science and to evolving and updating. Absolutely. It's good. We should welcome it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for giving of your time. You guys, Sarah's on vacation and she is getting on this Zoom meeting for me today. So thank you for your time.
You are so welcome.
Have a fabulous rest of your trip. And
thank you.
We'll all see you in Vegas.
We'll see you then.
All right. Thanks so much.